Welcome to Charlie's Open Mic. In today's episode, I'm going to give you my most important advice for any open mic performer. And we're going to hear from a wonderful singer-songwriter named Kate Kooser, and we'll take a look at tuners. Hey, welcome to Charlie's Open Mic. Please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. For over 30 years, the one consistent title I've held in my life has been that of an open mic host. I've had the opportunity to see so much talent pass through my stages from the point that they took their first opportunity to get on a stage until they've nurtured their talent to become a professional musician. One thing I've always looked for is an opportunity to expose these entertainers to a much wider audience. And with that, our video director Daryl Branch and I have ventured into the YouTube-averse. Is that a word? So with that, I'm going to share with you my 2 expectations for anybody participating in an open mic. Be on time, be in tune. Being on time will help me as a host to schedule the evening properly. Being in tune will help you sound your best, and the audience will enjoy it a lot more as well. These are 2 variables that you can control. If you're in tune and you're on time, that will give you a head start in your life as a performer. Today we are fortunate to have the very talented Kate Kooser join us. Kate is a music educator and a heavily sought session singer throughout our area in Cleveland, Ohio. Her own songs are as beautiful as the performances of them. And without hesitation, here's Kate Kooser.
I am not the one who chose this road we're on. It's not my kind of fun, just riding by your side. So who's to blame tonight? You for claiming right, or me for going along, forgetting all my songs. But now I know where I stand, and I know how to fall. This time it's okay to lose it all. 'Cause if there's only a sharp place to land, at least I know where I stand. Miles put on these souls before I claimed control, forsaking what was told for what I knew was true. Carving out new lines away from what burned bright, driving through the night to get a clearer view. Now I know where I stand, and I know how to fall. This time it's okay to lose it all. 'Cause if there's only a sharp place to land, at least I know where I stand. Hard worn from the years of holding back the tears brought forth from the miles that led me here to you. what there's left to do. 'Cause now I know where I stand, and I know how to fall. And this time I may just lose it all. But if there's only a sharp place to land, at least I know where I stand. I know where I stand.
We just heard a song from Kate Kooser. What a beautiful tune. Thank you for joining us for our first show. With this being our first show, I wanted to ask you about your first open mic experience. Can you tell me where that was and how that went for you?
Yeah, so when I graduated college, I moved back here to Cleveland, and I was a little scared to get started performing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was a little hesitant to play up in the Heights area where I knew people. So I went down to one of the Summit County Songwriters open mics at the GAR Hall in Peninsula. And it was terrifying, but went well enough that I went back and they introduced me to some open mics up here in the area, and that's kind of how I got started.
Great. It worked. Your confidence has grown, and we're all happy to have you performing around the area because you do create beautiful music. You're also a music educator,
Mm-hmm.
and you have young students that you teach voice and guitar to?
Yes.
One thing that Kate has done, and another music educator who you're pretty good friends with,
Mm-hmm.
Becca, they bring their students out to the open mics. You want to tell us about that?
Sure. So a lot of my students are studying popular music or are songwriters themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so performing in a recital hall doesn't always feel quite as natural. And so it's really great. I get to bring them to an open mic like yours at the coffee house. They have to interact with the audience, use a microphone, introduce their songs. And it's for a lot of them, it's their first performance. And so it's really cool to give them a safe place to try these things out where other people are playing similar kinds of music.
Mm-hmm.
And they get exposed to what that experience is like, get their legs under them, and hopefully start coming back.
It's a lot of fun when they do. It's a big highlight for me that you bring these students out and watching young people grow up in front of your face and having an opportunity to hear them the first time, and then hopefully years later they'll keep coming back and we can really listen to them blossom and become really true artists.
Yeah.
So thank you for teaching those kids and bringing them up and continuing this tradition.
Absolutely, and thanks for a great safe place to take them for those experiences.
You bet, thank you. We can find you online, can't we?
Yes, my website is katekooser.com, and then socials are either at Kate Kooser or at Kate Kooser Music.
And we will provide links for you below the video. So check that out and explore more of Kate's music. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you. This is a segment we're going to call the Gear Spot. In this segment, we're going to talk about different pieces of gear and equipment that will help you succeed as a performer. At the top of the show, I gave you my 2 pieces of advice that will help you succeed. One is to be on time, and this is very simple. This is something you can control. Get yourself a watch, be on time. When it's your turn to play, when it's sign-up time, be on time. This is a discipline that will help you further on down the line in any aspect of life. The other advice I gave you is to be in tune, and this also is something we can control. When you show up to your first open mic, you want to tune your instrument. There's different ways to do this. There are people who have perfect pitch, and they can sit down and they can literally hear what note they want to play and then match it to what they're hearing. Not all of us are trained that well or have that skill. And with that in mind, we turn to electronic tuners. When I first started playing as a young person, I had something called a pitch pipe. And you'd literally blow through this pipe and it would give you an E, and then you'd tune to the relative pitch. You can still use that kind of thing. However, in a coffee shop or a bar or a different open mic environment, there are a lot of ambient tones that might get in the way of you succeeding with that. So we're going to look at different electronic tuners, and we're going to start with the most obvious one, and that would be your phone. Your phone, there's a lot of different apps available for phones, and they will help you to tune. And that can be very helpful at home or in different quiet environments. However, on stage, it's not very practical, and when those ambient tones in the coffee house or the bar or the restaurant come into play, that can mess up your tuning process. So with that, we're going to go with dedicated tuners. This is a pedal style tuner. It's got a very bright interface. It'll sit on the ground right in front of you and let you know exactly what note you're playing, and it will match that note to your tuning. Next up, we have a basic little tuner like this Korg here, and it allows you to plug the tuner in. However, because the interface is further away from you, sometimes these are very hard to read. My personal favorites are tuners that you can clip onto the end of the neck. Here are 3 different examples. This is a little D'Addario. I like it. It's very discreet. This is another D'Addario. It's got a more robust interface, so you can really see exactly where you're at. And then this Snark also is very popular. It's very bright, very easy to see. The final tuner that is available to us as musicians literally comes in our guitar. A lot of modern guitars with pickup systems in them will have these tuners, and you can see the interface here, and it should light up, and there you go. So we're slightly out of tune there, but as I tune the guitar, it will tell me when I'm in tune. This one's probably the easiest one to use. The problem with it for me is that when I'm bending down here, you can see my scalp. So go out and buy yourself a tuner before coming to open mic, and you'll sound your best, and we'll enjoy you more. The end is almost here, and it's the last month of the year. And a time to reflect upon memories and tears. For all the friends we've gained, and still a sense of loss remains. A trumpet blows in the distance, a simple refrain. And though the night is almost gone, we can hold back the dawn and pause in peace and hope that we shall still be here. And as the darkness grew, beyond the solstice light broke through. With every season sad ending is a chance to renew. Beginnings lead with ends. Well, and tonight we're all with friends. So let us pause in this moment as we try to suspend. And though the night is almost gone, we can hold back the dawn and pause in peace and hope that we shall still be here. Once the morning arrives, we can open up our eyes and we can open up our hearts with a song for these January skies. Once the morning arrives, we can open up our eyes and we can open up our hearts with a song for these January skies. Hey, that's Charlie's Open Mic. Thanks for joining us. Please hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. We'll see you next week.